WD18 outside Vicarage Road has finished Watford 0, Sheffield United 0. Another point on the board, Moobsy. Good to see you as always. Wasn't a classic by any stretch, but it's a clean sheet. We had the chances to win the game, but I just felt the fans were a little bit nervous towards the end that Sheffield United could potentially nicked it. They looked a little bit more threatening going forwards, but we did have the chances. What did you make of today's game anyway?
Well, it's like to see you too, Sam. I've got to be honest, missed you lately. I thought we did well today. He changed it up again, which I was very pleased with. Back three, he brought the old guard back, and that is what I loved. Prodal was immense. Kabasele done well. Cathcart, well, he was a bit. I don't know what he was doing in the second half the time. But no, it was one of those where it could have gone either way. I feel we did have our chances. Andre Gray, especially, worse than Will Hughes in shooting with an open goal. Seriously, get him in for shooting practice in the morning. I think Welbeck as well. He was unlucky, but I would have liked to have seen him square it because Gray would have had the tap in.
Do you think that shows a lack of trust potentially in Gray? Well, I think Welbeck saw him. He could have easily passed it. I think in the back of his mind he's thinking, I could get my goal in front of the rookery. I could pass to Gray, but you know what? I'm going to go alone. I think that says a lot about Welbeck's attitude towards Gray, really.
I think it is. He wanted. I think he wants that goal more than anything because he just wants to do it in front of the rookery to say, look, I really can score goals still. But yeah, Gray had every right to be annoyed because he did have the tap in he was in for the tap in. But yeah, I think Welbeck was like, you know what, you screwed up in the first half. It's my turn to have a go, and he had every right to go for it. And he was unlucky. On another day, he would have found the angle and bent that round and gone in the back of the net. So fair play to him for trying for it.
And unlucky with Dawson at the end as well. I thought that was in, but he was unlucky from Dawson, to be fair.
The pantomime villain, as I'm going to call Dawson, because he's at the moment everyone hates him, but he almost became the hero, and that was mightily unlucky. I said to a couple of the others away from the camera that maybe a couple of inches more to the right, it would have gone sailing into the bottom corner, and you could see in his eyes it was just like probably should have done a little bit better. But I've got to give him credit today, and I really do mean it. He came off the bench and he done well. I can't knock Sheffield United because they set their stall out today. And you can see why they've been picking up points because they are a very, very organised team. So for Dawson to come on and do that, well, just for once, you've actually won me over. So I am impressed with you.
What did you make of Kike's setup today? Because it was the same formation Sheffield United went for, I think, with a 3-5-2. Quite defensive. We sat off Sheffield United, looked to play on the break. Was that too defensive for you, or did you think Kike got it right today? Because at the moment, we're not playing that well. A bit more defensive. Potentially, we looked solid at the back. Sheffield United didn't really trouble us. Do you think he got his tactics spot on today, Kike, or did you think eventually we could have gone a bit more aggressive going forward?
I would have liked to have seen maybe Tom Cleverley push forward a bit more. That 3-5-2, I think, actually sort of suits us because it means there's less pressure on the guys playing on the wing like Janmaat and Holebas. So for that, I would like to see maybe Kike deploy it again. But this time, say for instance, if we'd had Capoue, I'd have been like, look, you're going to be the one that pushes on today, but I want Decore to sit back. And I would have liked to have seen that with Cleverley and Decore because I think Cleverley further up the pitch for us does more damage than when he's sitting back. And I think, to be honest, what you said was right. I think we did sit off him a bit too much. I would have liked to have seen us maybe, as probably the second half went on, just push up on them a little bit, maybe go 5 yards up, because then that would have given them something to think about. So like, well, hang on a minute, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Send them into a panic, and then see what happens. They make a silly pass, we pounce, we could have scored. So he got it right to an extent. I wouldn't say entirely spot on, but I think he set it up right, and the players responded to it. And they did actually seem comfy. And you're right, the fans, I think we were a bit nervous towards the end because when they went back down the other end, I feared the worst. I was just like, please don't. So, yeah, I think a bit of nervousness, but we just need to get that win now. It needs to come. And I think it will lift everyone.
Next game, Tottenham after the international break. Probably come at the wrong time, the international break, because obviously Tottenham, poor result today, poor result in the week. Their confidence is low. Ours is much higher, but we've got a better chance of beating them. International break, then Spurs, and then Bournemouth. So, what's your thoughts going into those couple of games?
I think we might nick something off Tottenham because they are in absolute freefall now. I really do mean that. I've got plenty of Tottenham mates who will say the exact same thing. A lot of them have been going mad on Facebook today. There's just there's no desire in that Tottenham team anymore. None of them seem to be wanting to play with each other or play for each other. And even still with Bournemouth as well, that's going to be an absolute ding-dong of a game. Bournemouth will know that, we know that, and it's going to be one of those. We're going to probably have Troy back as well by then, so it really will give us a lift, because he'll go and bash them up. He won't hesitate. So I would maybe we could beat Tottenham. I think if we beat them, that would be the absolute confidence booster we need. Or if maybe get another point, and then maybe, sorry, Bournemouth fans, beat Bournemouth.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Anyway, Moobsy, thanks for coming along, mate.